As I get started, I wanted to let you know about the celebration and the mini catalog. It will go live on January 5th, and both of them, the catalog and the celebration brochure. And for every $50 that you spend, either through the mini or through the annual catalog, you get to pick something free out of the celebration. And you can do as many free things as you like from the celebration if you hit more than $50 increments. So if you get 150, you get three free things. So it's not really as many as you like. It's as many as $50 increments that you get. If you're not a demonstrator, if you don't already have a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, let me know because I'll be sending these out early next week. Okay, so for tonight, you know, sometimes your creative juices just kind of leave you. And sometimes you have a little bit of trouble coming up with designs for things. Well, what I decided to do tonight was to show you how I go about kind of kickstarting that creative thing. So, you know, Pinterest is a great place to be, and you can find all sorts of wonderful things. Well, card sketches is one of the things that I found. And for me, because I have a team and because I challenged my team to do card sketch designs, and we do a prize every month for however many. If you do a card, then you post a picture, and then there's a hashtag you put in, and then, you know, I do a drawing of who did them and who did the card sketches, and then somebody gets a prize. Well, this is the card sketch that I use to create this card. It really doesn't look a whole lot like this card, but it is. It is from this model. And so I thought I would show you tonight how to go about doing that, okay? So the first thing, and you know what? I'm so excited. I am gonna use some of the new fun stuff from the new mini catalog. This is the design I'm gonna use tonight. On Sunday, I had team meeting and I challenged my team to create cards using this particular card sketch. Now, I know what the dimensions are because I just kind of made them up and I put them on the back. And I didn't do this one with the exact dimensions. I made this one a little larger and this one a little larger. So I really couldn't do it kind of to the left. And then I also added a sentiment. Well, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to use these measurements tonight though. And I'll have them on my website. So I'm going to be using this berry paper, and I don't remember the name of it, but it is super, super cute. And it is in the new mini catalog. And so it's got Granny Apple Green, and it's got some Poppy Parade, and lots of different colors in it. So I thought, well, let me see what I can do with this. So I started out with, this is the way I do things. I started out with Granny Apple Green because that was a big color in here. And I thought, well, I'll go this way. And then I needed to add something that would pull in this Poppy Parade. And these are the strawberry seeds paper. And I thought I would do it like that and then like that. And then I'm like, ooh, that's just too green. So then I did the same thing with a piece of Poppy Parade. And I'm like, ooh, that's just a little bit too much red. So then I got the bright idea of using a neutral. So that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna use crumb cake, and I'm also going to stamp some images from that stamp set and decorate the card with it. So I'm using crumb cake at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm gonna bring in my crumb cake ink. And there are leaves. I'll show you the stamp set that I'm gonna be using. This is the stamp set. It's called Sweet Strawberry. And there are strawberries and there are leaves, the little caps for the strawberries, the strawberry blossoms. Super cute fonts, really, really cute fonts. I'm gonna use this leaf and I'm just going to kind of stamp on and off of my card base. And you'll notice that I don't like turn my hand all over. I just kind of turn the card base itself, and it makes it a whole lot easier. I'm not gonna get super crazy about right in here because it's gonna have the designer series paper there. So I'm just kind of doing it like it's just being cut out of a piece of fabric or that sort of kind of thing. Sort of, kind of. That's excellent English, isn't it? Okay. All right, so I'll put that aside. Oh, I'm not seeing the comments. Hold on a second. Let me get that where I can see the comments. You got 2 free items, Kim? Yeah, I can't tell you how many free items I've already gotten with my pre-order and everything. So I like how you're taking us through the thought process. You know, I thought it would be helpful. Okay, so this is the piece I'm going to use here. And yeah, I didn't know if you really cared about seeing how I do paper or not, but I don't always land on the perfect paper to start out with. Sometimes I have to just kind of fool around with it a little bit and then come to a conclusion for it. Okay, I can't remember. Yeah, they go like that. I guess I could look at a strawberry and see. Yeah, skinny down to the heavier, I guess, portion of it. This is cut at 4 1/4, and it's going to go directly across like this. And then I don't remember the sizes, but if you go to my website, you will be able, at mypaperconnection.com, I'll have this listed probably Friday. You'll see it on my Paper Connection Facebook page. Oh, that looks so good. I'm so happy with it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in the Poppy Parade ink, and I'm going to stamp a strawberry, and then I'll fill it in. I love it when it comes together. Hey, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you for joining me tonight, and thank you for the sweet, kind word. Okay. Isn't it? Oh, I missed it a little bit. I'm just going to go right in there. I think it's close enough. It works. Okay. I'm going to keep my Poppy Parade out. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment, which I'll end up cutting out. There we go. Hello there. Okay. Get these out of the way so I don't get myself covered in ink. Then I'm going to bring in my Granny Apple Green. And let me wipe this off real quick. I don't want to get crumb cake and Granny Apple Green all mixed up together. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp a leaf. And then I'm going to fill that leaf in. And again, I'm doing this without my head over it. So hopefully it's going to line up fairly well. And then I'm going to do a cap for the leaf, or for the strawberry. I think I'll do it, yeah, right here. And then I'll do the filler inner part. Don't you like my English filler inner part? There we go. Now I did that one pretty well. Yay me. Okay, get those out of the way for the next project. And then I'm just going to get my punch. See, it comes with a punch. You can buy it as a bundle, which I just love this. It just kind of makes me happy looking at it. The first thing I think I'm going to do is to cut out my leaf. I really should have spaced these a little farther apart. I know what I'll do. I'm going to cut it off so that I don't cut into it. I don't want to cut into it and mess that pretty little strawberry up. So I'll just line it up, punch it out, and then I'm going to bring it over here, cut a little bit of this off, and cut out the cap. Whoops. I should have eaten my Wheaties. Ah, there we go. It's a brand new punch, and sometimes they're a little harder to work. Okay, okay, that doesn't work. All right, let me show you how I will fix this then. So I didn't plan that out properly, but let me show you what I'm gonna do. When this happens that you don't have enough space to be able to do something, so I'm just gonna take the end of my paper here, put a little bit of glue on it. I'm gonna stick it to right there, and I'm just gonna guide it in like this. Yeah, it's going to end up punching the rest of it, but I don't really care. There we go. It made it long enough for me to be able to do what I needed to do. Okay, I'll put my punch away because I'm done with that now. And I'm going to bring my little trimmer in, and I'm just going to trim off this extra edges on my sentiment. Everybody doing well tonight? It's a little bit chilly here in Georgia. Not that I mind. I actually don't mind it at all. It makes it feel more like Christmas that way. All right, let me get these little pieces out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going to assemble my strawberry. Put the little cap on it. I could probably do this with a glue dot and it would probably be fine. Just gonna put that right about there. I haven't made this card yet, so I don't really know where I'm putting everything, but let me see. I know that I want my sentiment to be maybe down here. And you'll notice on this card sketch that there is not a sentiment anywhere. Your sentiment could be here if it was a long one, or if you turned it sideways or whatever, you could make that a sentiment. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted that to be designer series paper. And I have the freedom to do whatever I want to because it's my card. This is just a suggestion of how you can put your card together. So don't let yourself be hemmed up. Have freedom and let yourself get out of the box. That's what I have really been working on since doing Stampin' Up, because I can be somewhat literal. And I can see something and feel like I have to do it that way because it looks that way. And I'm teaching myself, and I'm really stretching myself to not stay the same, but to grow. And so that's what I'm doing. Okay, so take your pick tool and pull these little things off. Somebody told me, I saw them at an event, and they told me that watching my videos, that was one of the best things that they learned was how to take those things off because they're such a pain. I don't know if I like that leaf there. You know what? I think I might just do it like that. Let's see. That's what I'm going to do right there. And I do have some embellishments, and I'm going to take my Poppy Parade, and I'm just going to take my Poppy Parade stamping blend, and I'm going to cover 3 of them. I love these stamping blends. And on our in the store right now, in the Stampin' Up store, they have stamping blends that are on sale for super, super cheap. So if you are a demonstrator, you need to hop on over to your store. If you're not a demonstrator and you would like to take advantage of these, go to My Paper Connection, hit shop, and shop with me and take advantage of these great sales. They have these individual stamping blends. They are $1.80 a piece, I think. I mean, crazy cheap. I stocked up on some of them today. So here is the other one that I had. Look how different they look. It gives you a great idea and a great way to kind of design cards, and yet they don't have to be the same. On this one, you'll see I had little dragonflies everywhere, and I punched out a little dragonfly. And this one, I added a lot more to it. So how cool is that? All right, so my next one. Just bring all of this in. I'm going to use another new stamp set. This stamp set is in the new mini catalog. So make sure if you don't have the catalog and you would like one, make sure to let me know and I'll get one out to you. This is one of the free stamp sets, the Celebration, you know, where you spend $50 and you can get something for free. I got this one for free. And this is the card sketch that I'm using for this card. And let's see, I have another card. It's actually, hang on a sec, I'll get it for you and show you. I actually was videoing these today because of my online card class, but this card right here is an example of this card sketch. I put this card together and then I thought, that's a great sketch. I'll just make one of these and I'll use it for my team for prize challenges and stuff. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. I am actually using Bermuda Bay, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this is also new paper. This is, it's free paper from Celebration. And it is also the, oh, I don't know, it's like an ombre with the Bermuda Bay. So I'm just going to, and look at the color on the back side, it's super cute. I'm just gonna put this in the middle of my page. So you like my surface here? That's placemats. I got them from Stampin' Up. Okay, this one is gonna go across this way like this, okay? Again, all of these sizes will be on my blog, and they'll be posted the end of the week. I'll have a different video that's going on tomorrow, but when you see it posted again on Facebook, it'll have the link to my website, so you'll be able to go catch the sizes and everything. Okay, so now I am going to just do Happy Birthday in Bermuda Bay. This is a monochromatic. Just gonna stick this right across here. Hey, Christy, how are you? What's the weather like in California right now? Okay, so these are candles that are part of that set, and I'm just going to try to match them up as best as I can and just go across and off. And that just kind of makes it happy and fun, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back of this. This is a super, super easy card. It would actually, other than the fact that this is die cut, but you could cut a rectangle, this would be considered simple stamping. Sharon, I love these colors too. I think they're so pretty and happy. So I'm just gonna put this off to the side over here. And then I am going to bring these back out. I had the idea to do a ribbon of some sort, and I don't think I brought it over here. To do a ribbon right across up here somehow, but I think I'm just gonna use embellishment. You think it's cold when the low is in the 30s and 40s, but it warms to the mid. You know what? That's where we are right now. We're like 30s and 40s at night. Last week, I think it was, we had some 20s, which was pretty cold for us. We're not used to all that. I love it though. I like to sit in the morning with the fire in the fireplace and just kind of chill with my puppy dogs and a cup of coffee and my Bible and just chill. Okay, that's it. It's a very simple card, not a whole lot to it. You could fancy it up even more, put some things out up here like I did in this one. This is more of a fancy card. This is simple, but it's very, very pretty. And you know what? It's long. I'm gonna have to trim that off. I didn't realize it was that long. Go figure. Okay, so let's get on with the next one. Okay, this is the last one. Alrighty, this is my card sketch here. I'll give you a sample. Yes, Sharon, it was long, hot for too long. This is an example. This is another design I came up with the card sketch. And I just went ahead and put it out here. You can make these a little shorter if you want. That's the beauty of it. It's just an example. It's just a suggestion of what to do. So I'm gonna do something not quite as fancy as this, and it's gonna be a Christmas one this time. So I'm gonna use thick Whisper White here. Okay. And you know what? Here you can use cardstock or you can use designer series paper. I'm going to use designer series paper for this. This is from 'Tis the Season, I think. And either side of it is really pretty. Either one. I'm going with the shaded spruce because it really goes more with the plaid that I'm using. And I just happen to love plaids. So there's that. I could go with that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. What do you think? Should I go with this, or because my sentiment will go, and I think I've lost, here it is. So my sentiment, let me just do my sentiment and then we can make up our minds. But tell me what you think I should do. If I should do the plaid or the white with red design. Okay. Peace, Joy, and Love is from the Dove of Hope stamp set. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. And I know that I probably should have done shaded spruce ink, but I just didn't want there to be too much shaded spruce, so I decided to go with the real red. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick it up to do it. This is one of those things that I did not do it with extra paper on the sides. I really didn't want there to be on these sides, the horizontal sides. I just wanted it to be extra on top. Okay, and what I had in mind, let me see if I can find my other little, I did that thing where things just went flying everywhere. Okay, I've got a silver. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I've got the white and the red, I think this is gonna be too much and this little silver piece is not gonna show up. Plus I just love plaid. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry. I ask you guys and then I'm doing my own thing. Has everybody got their Christmas shopping done? Not me. I just got my Amazon wish list from my kids. They make my shopping a whole lot easier when they do that. Oh, sorry, Jan. Sorry, KK. I went rogue and did my own thing, didn't I? Okay. Well, if it's not pretty, it's my fault. But I think it's going to be pretty. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here in the middle like this. Such a simple card. And then I'm going to cut this. These are one of the dies from Dove of Hope. And I'm going to try to trim it where it doesn't look like it's been trimmed. Well, it kind of does, but it's pretty close to being normal. See if I can trim just a little bit of that off. Yeah, that's better. It's a little more rounded that way. And I'm going to get my glue dots out. I'm going to put one glue dot on the back of the shorter one. I'm going to add it to the longer one down here. I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of the silver one that I just folded in half. And I'm going to put it in between the two so that there's a contrast. Okay. And then I'm going to put one on the front and the back so I can stick it to the sentiment, but make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm just going to just stick it right in there. Then I have a little piece of the red ribbon that I'd cut off for a kit, I think. I'm just going to do a knot. I'm going to stick a bow dot, a glue dot. Oh my heavens. Okay. Stick it right across there like that. And then I'm just going to trim it off. Again, I don't do these ahead of time. I just kind of cut them and think, well, this might be a good idea. We'll see how it turns out. I never really know what it's going to look like until it's done. But I think that's kind of cute, although I did get that a little too short on this side, so I'm going to have to match it up. Oh, come on. There we go. That's kind of cute. All right, I'm gonna use these same embellishments again because, you know, I can. Okay. I think I'm just gonna put them, let me see. I'm not gonna use the really big ones. I think I'm gonna use these smaller ones, and I'm just going to line them across here like this. Just very elegant and stately, I think. Just to kind of balance that out. Okay, and that's got that one. So let's see where we are with this now. Okay, so here is my card sketch. I'm all cattywampus on the screen, aren't I? Sorry about that. Here's my card sketch. And as you see, you can really vary it. You can make it shorter than this, which is what I did here. You can see the white edges on the side. You can see that I stamped shaded spruce on the old olive here. Or you can add another piece to it, take it the full length of it, add stuff behind it. It's a completely different looking card than this one. But you see how just using a card sketch can give you such great ideas whenever you're designing cards. Okay, so here are the other two from this card sketch, and they're different. This one's a lot more understated, not quite as elegant, but fun, but very fun. And then you've got, this is the first one I did. This is the card sketch challenge my team is participating in right now. They look like clear domed things. Are you talking about the embellishments? They are kind of clear domed and sparkly. They're very pretty. So this is what my team is doing. Not this one, but this one. And here is another one that at first glance, it just looks completely different. And it was super easy to do using the punch and all of that. Love it. This may or may not be in a class coming up very soon, an in-person class. I want to show you one more that I've done. I think not last week, but the week before when I was doing some cards, I used this particular design, and we had this design in 2 of my classes. This last class that I had, we used this design. It's the same thing as this. And I came up with this layout and loved it. And so you can see here is glimmer paper. You can make this as long or short, I mean, as wide or skinny as you want. You don't have to line it with that if you don't want to. This can be bigger or smaller, as you can see. It doesn't even have to be a rectangle. You can actually use an oval or a square or a circle. It's all about just getting the basic layout whenever you're using card sketches. And Pinterest is a fantastic place to go to look for those card sketches. And then, you know, if you're stuck and you just don't know where to go or what to do or whatever, just pull it out and say, okay, I'm going to use a different paper for the card base, for the card front. I can use either card stock or designer series paper. This can be my sentiment or not, you know, and that gives you a good idea of where to go from there and what to do. So anyway, that's it for me tonight. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you have any questions about these, let me know. Also, again, I will have this posted to YouTube, and when I do, which will probably be Friday or Saturday, but whenever I do, I will have, I'll post it again on my Facebook page with pictures of the projects. And when I do that, then you'll know that it'll be on my website. So you'll be able to go to my website and see the sizes and the products that I use. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Kim, you said, I love how all the simple designs look completely different. Yes, they do. You make them look completely different, even though they're the same layout. And here's a classic example of how you can get super, super fancy with it or not. Just be very simple with it. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you back next Tuesday. Bye.